Welcome to the Crowded Table. I really thought I was going to dislike the song. I was opposed to it initially. And
how can you not like this song?
It's got me pumped up.
This song is fantastic.
I am John Senning. We are coming to you from St. Petersburg, Florida, with a special star-studded edition of the Crowded Table. Real quick, we wanted to give a couple people shout-outs. Dorothy Stewart, Chris Davis, we love you. Thank you for your abundance of listening these past couple weeks.
I don't know who either of those people are.
Yeah, I don't know them either, but thank you for subscribing, listening, liking to the Crowded channel on SoundCloud. My friends with me here, Jake.
Hello.
Dennis.
Hi.
And our special guest. And let me build this up a little bit because we are not a guest-driven show.
No, we've
not. We've had Carmen. We've had... Who else have we had? We had Anna.
Yeah.
Seth. Yeah.
Seth. And I think that is it.
Yeah.
That runs the gamut, yeah.
Outside of, we had our friend Kevin in once before.
No, he's a great guest.
Yeah, but today I think today's our biggest guest.
I think so.
Do you
Is that safe to say?
I mean, how do you mean biggest? Like,
I mean,
most popular?
penile, and also, if I'm correct, he is donning. He is on the cover of Watermark magazine this week.
I did see that,
which is very big. He has made a very large impact in the Tampa Bay area since he's been here. Miguel from the Miguel and Holly show on Hot 101.5.
What's the official name, by the way?
It's Miguel and Holly on Hot 101.5. Excuse me, I have chicken in my throat right now.
What kind
I
of
did
chicken?
not think he was going to say chicken. That's
Sorry, no, I had to shove some chicken down my throat before I came. I had Chick-fil-A, good old hate chicken.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
How does that, just not to get too off tangent right away.
How's that go down?
Yeah, Chick-fil-A has made stances against the gay community in the past. Do you have any guilt when you eat that chicken?
No, here's why, is because Chick-fil-A, they came out and said a few years ago, the CEO said, we are basically taking money that you give the company and giving it to gay organizations or organizations that basically try to change gay people into being straight. And so
that
the
sounds
best way
horrible.
is to scare it out of them, right? That's the best way?
yes, just scare it out of them. You show a lot of straight porn.
Yeah.
So I stopped eating there for probably 2 years.
Oh, wow. Good
And
for
then
you.
they came out and they said, you know what? We still believe what we believe, but we're not taking company funds and giving it to these organizations. I'm like, I'm okay with that. I mean, you can believe what you want to believe, but as long as you're not taking my dollar and giving it to an anti-gay
But
organization.
what if they're just saying that because they want the gay money?
I don't care. The chicken's good.
Well, that is true. But I mean, you do have to recognize just from the fact that they are one of the only major, if not the only major company that closes on Sunday, that they are rooted in some serious hardcore Christian beliefs, which tend to be somewhat backwoods
definitely.
and things like that. So let's talk about your time here in Tampa Bay. I feel like you've made, and for those who may not be local to Tampa Bay, Hot 101.5 is now, is that the highest rated
Top 40 station?
Yeah, top 40 station
Ooh.
locally?
Yeah. I mean, with the ratings, it goes back and forth. I mean, month to month, week to week.
He's being modest.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just saying that, like, I don't want to say, well, according to, bosses, the people that pay you, we are the #1 station in Tampa Bay with the most cuming listeners ever. But if you're honest with it, I mean, it goes back and forth, and that's kind of how you want it. You don't want to be, like, when I got here, Hot 101.5 was, like, down there. I mean, it started out the gate real strong, got down there, and then over the past year, we've built up, and so our big boss, Keith Lawless, always described it as, like, if you're on the highway, you always want to be neck and neck, and then, like, you're up a little bit and they're up a little bit. You're up a little bit, they're up a little bit. Eventually, hopefully, you want to be to where, like, you're all the way over the bridge and they're just getting on the bridge, and that's a couple years down the line.
Well, the competition probably helps drive everything and sharpens the edge and all that too.
Most definitely.
Now, what do you think is the biggest contributing factor to your guys' success, and why is it blown off?
I think blown off.
Just kidding.
Blown off at 7:45 and 8:45. I think really what I've learned over the years through my success is just being me. There's nothing else. There's no secret potion. I mean, there's things you can do with the PPM and where you place your commercials.
Oh, we've heard about
and
what you
stuff.
can do with PPMs.
Yeah, you can shove it. It's annoying. But, at the end of the day, what it comes back to is just being likable. And if people feel like they can listen and they feel like they can be your friend, to me, the greatest thing that I love the most is that when we first got here, listeners who would listen and call us, you could tell that they were like, you're a radio person, so you're up on a perch, like you're a personality. Whereas now, like when listeners, we've conditioned them over the year and a half that when they meet us, they hug me. Whereas when we first got here, it was a handshake. It was like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. You're the guy Miguel on the radio.
Right.
But now they feel so comfortable with us that it's a hug. And that's just because we are ourselves, and we never pretend to be something we're not.
And let me ask you that, because I will say, just having watched you over the past year and a half, one thing that has impressed me, and maybe it's because I work with The Bone with a bunch of people who hate to go out and do remotes and meet people, but I mean, you guys have really gone out there like on a whole nother level, not just big money endorsement deals, like whether it be a concert at Amelie or wherever it is, you guys are literally out there like shaking hands and kissing babies. I mean, is that written up in the plan? Like, let's do it like this, let's do it grassroots style, or is that just you and in the way that it comes across?
That's the only way I know how to do it, is that literally, to me, one of the first lessons I learned in radio, that if you shake someone's hand and they meet you, they are a listener for life. And so that's why we make it a habit to always go out. I mean, it's the first edict that I gave to our promotion staff when we got here was, if you can put me in a room full of 50 or more people, I will go there. If it's a Kiwanis club, if it's a Rotary club, if it's, trotting me out at Lowry Park Zoo in front of the giraffes or whatever, if there's more than 50 people, I will be there, because that's something that a lot of our competition won't do, or they can't do, because they've either are out of town, or they've just been here for so long that they just don't want to. Because when you've been in a market this size for 15, 20 years and you're making, over $500,000, you're like, I don't need you.
Talking to you, Mike Calta.
Let me ask you this. We're just trying to get our foot in the door right now. How long does it take to go from handshakes to hugs to oral?
That happens when there's alcohol involved. There doesn't need to be any sort of time between that. That's just pure alcohol.
My other question is, how's your ego feel now that Holly has barged onto your name on the show?
I mean, I think it's clear to everyone she's trying to ride your coattails, right?
No, I think that it's fantastic. I mean, that was what I suggested when we started. I mean, when you look back at our show in Panama City, it was the Miguel show with Mandy and Holly, with our other co-hosts. So,
well, where's Mandy now?
Mandy's in Panama City doing the Mandy show.
How do you make that decision to leave someone behind?
That wasn't my decision to make. That was Cox Media Group's decision to make. Because
I'm trying to figure out how we leave Jake behind. Like, how do we do it?
You just get a job offer and you say, bye, bitch.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. I'm going to leave you guys in the dust.
But I tell
say
you,
that so confidently.
That was the hardest decision and thing I've ever had to do in my life. That was the moment I remember after I had to tell her that we were leaving.
Did you watch her cry?
I did. Well, we both cried. To me, that was one of those moments where I said, this is where you become a man, because our agent called me and said, okay, what I feared has happened. They're offering the job to just you and Holly and not Mandy. Do you want me to call and tell her? And I said, no, like, she's never met you. I have to go to her house. So it was awful, because her 2 kids, I'm sorry, she has 3 kids, and one of her kids had just been born.
Oh, no.
4 months before.
Oh, my gosh.
Literally, when we came to Tampa to interview, she was breast pumping every 2 hours.
God.
That is sexy.
Oh, so she did come with you on the interview initially to Tampa.
Exactly. She came with us.
Oh,
and
gosh.
so, I mean, it was a painful. So to go to her house, and then, like, literally when I walked in the house, she was like, oh, hey, here's Carter, like her new baby. And I was like, oh, hey, Carter. And, like,
no.
her 2 kids were there. And I was, and
Mommy doesn't have a job anymore.
I know, right?
I'm used to being hungry.
It was awful. Then, like, she pretty much knew what was up, and so we went inside one of her rooms, and I just broke down, and I was like, I'm sorry, like they just offered it to Holly and I.
How did that relationship hold up? Is there any communication? Do you stay in touch?
We talk probably once a week now. After that happened, because we put in our notice that day, and we were on the air for 3 weeks, and she didn't talk to us for 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
And then, like, the last week we were there, she sort of started to, well, there was a bunch of drama happening with the people. Like, her family felt like we wronged her, that we as their term, boxed her out of a deal. And so then she, they didn't know our relationship and our friendship. And then she finally understood there was nothing malicious. There was nothing we couldn't pass this off.
Well, how far back do you and Holly go as opposed to you and this other girl?
Holly and I, we started working together in 2008, July of 2008. And then Mandy came along a year later as our intern and then producer. So, I mean, but to me, it's just that what the problem
Well,
is.
you guys don't have a problem getting rid of producers.
No, apparently no. I'm sure. I always wondered if that's like the joke in the building. Is that we just run through them?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of do in a way, and I don't think it's in a bad way. But what has that been like for you now, being a year and a half in on your third producer, technically?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to look at these guys. It's like serving a term as president. You know, they go in fresh and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They leave, they're all gray and just emaciated. It's horrible.
I don't expect you to give me any answer otherwise, but do you feel like you finally are where you want to be now with who you have? I mean, and did it feel differently before? I'm not asking you to bash anybody else, but
Right.
did you kind of know, like, this probably isn't going to work, or did it just not work for them?
Well, I mean, I think you can, with every person, there's something a little bit different, where with both Nikki and Jared, you could tell that this was not their final stop.
Correct.
You could tell, and especially with Nikki, we knew, and we've talked about this before, I could tell from when we first had our sessions about what type of show that we do, that Nikki was like, oh, this is not what I'm used to. This is not what I think I like. And so I asked her, I was like, well, what sort of show do you see yourself on? And I'm always very upfront. And I'm like, listen, let me help you get there. So I told her that all the time. I said, I know this is not where you want to be, so let me help you get there. And I knew it was a show like Drew Garabo's show.
Right.
And with Jared, it was the same deal. Like, he wanted to either host his own show or be on a show that was more rock oriented or more hot talk.
I'm really glad that worked out for him.
Right. Oh, shots
Well,
fired.
I think he's back now, so
Better than ever. That's what I'm saying.
I think he's hosting.
Jesus, you guys, man, you twist my words.
He's hosting the new biggest rival podcast now here in Tampa Bay.
Oh, really?
Oh, I don't know. I made that up. Last
Scared me
question,
for a
kind
second.
of about your career and things like that. A lot of people talk about Tampa being just a radio market unlike other markets. And I don't know, maybe it's kind of in the world that we more live in with the Bone, where people are just super passionate. And I know you'd been in Tampa in the day, and now you're back. Do you notice this Tampa market as just being like a whole different animal than any place you've ever been?
That's a good question. I don't think it's like hugely different. I think what sets it apart is that you have a lot of people that have been here for a long time. Whereas like when you look at where I come from, Atlanta, you have like your mainstays, but you have a lot of people that are new to the market. Whereas here, when you look at the people that I compete against, they've all been in the market at least 10 years in some form. Our radio station, and I'm new. So I think in that sense, and so you have this rich history that is here. And also, I think that you have a type of listening that's been cultivated here. That's what I noticed. The main difference is when we first got here is that people are so used to like gotcha, very aggressive, very mean-spirited radio. So, for instance, talking about Nikki, when we first were talking about what we want to do, and like our whole mission statement as a morning show was to be there for you, to be your friend, to put positive energy.
Oh, man.
And Nikki was like, what the... are you talking about?
you can say
You can curse on
Oh, you
this.
can't?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, my radio brain's on, so I was like, no, don't cuss. And she was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, no, we like to help people. We like to be out and we do these
Well, I
things.
see you guys like building houses and stuff. so-
Yeah, we have our volunteer squad, and we do Miguel and Holly's book adventure. So we do all these good things, and she was like, I don't know what this is about.
She's like, let's go piss on cars.
And so I think for her, and I think for listeners too, they've just been conditioned through the type of listening here that we had to teach them that, we are authentic.
Do you think that's a Tampa thing, or do you find that sometimes radio can be that way as a whole, just kind of mean-spirited? Because I know
Antagonist.
I've worked in other markets as well before, where I just kind of feel this overwhelming. I don't know if it's just egos that get to a certain point, but it is just this overwhelmingly mean-spiritedness. Is that something that you have made a point to fight in radio as a whole, or
Yeah.
do you think it's more centric in Tampa?
I think it's more centric in Tampa, and especially the top 40 world, than anywhere else I've been. But I also think that's easy. That's easy radio to just be mean. And this was a total rethinking on my part a few years ago, because we do this thing called Hot in Hollywood every day, where we talk about celebrities. And my first few years, when Holly reads a story, your first reaction is, well, that stupid bitch, or that person, or that stupid, or that stupid. And then I was like, okay, this is kind of boring. Like, we can, it's easy to bash on someone, but let's sort of rethink it. And if a friend were telling me this about another person, how would I respond? And so that's sort of the filter that we sort of started pushing everything through. And so that's where it made us sort of make our show different, than other top 40 morning shows.
And go a little more into the dish real quick before we move on to Dennis's penis and other crowded table like
Hey.
the dish. I'm intrigued by that because if I'm not mistaken, that is nationwide, correct? You can be featured. You're not necessarily on every episode, but sometimes you are featured nationwide.
Yeah, we do Hot Dish, which is a little segment inside of Dish Nation, which runs on Fox 13 every week. And then probably we're scheduled definitely every other Thursday to be on the national show. But then if they really like what we do, they'll pop us into the national show. So like, I think we were on Monday or Tuesday of this week, and then we were on like 2 or 3 times last week. They pop our segment in.
Do you notice like tangible like get back from that? I mean, do you notice whether it be followers on social media or just interaction with the show or things like that? Do you notice it paying off immediately?
We're trying to get famous, Miguel. Tell us how we do it.
It's very hard. I mean, not really. I mean, to be quite honest, because it's so quick. It's only us on the screen talking for literally 51 seconds. So that's not really a much time to make an impact. We try, because I always believe, and I've learned this when I was in theater way back in high school, is that I always mess up sayings. There are no small parts, only small actors. So even in that 51 seconds, we try to make the most impact, but you have to do that consistently. So that's why like our Tampa pod that we do, that we see people out who meet us who know us just from that, not even from radio, but from the national one. The only sort of reaction I've seen are from people, which is kind of cool, from like high school in Atlanta. They'll be like,
I saw you on TV.
Yeah, on someone on my Facebook, they're like, oh my God, I was with my husband, and I was like, I went to high school with him, and I was like, that's right, bitch, yes you did, okay? Recognize.
Don't forget that.
I can't help but feel this is a perfect time to blow the lid off the fact that I know we have to tiptoe around it.
Yeah.
But we're on our email, the Crowded Table email account. Dennis was reached out to by a major cable network today regarding his online video that they want to play a clip of on TV.
College recipes.
We can't say anything about it because you've signed a non-disclosure agreement, but as of today, you are potentially going to be featured.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, he did say it might not ever happen, but
I mean, that's kind of exciting.
Wait, so now what is this? Is this like something you've already shot?
Oh yeah, dude. Like 2 years ago, I don't know why.
Here we go.
He asked me a question. For some reason, I decided to make some cooking videos on YouTube, and one of them went very viral. It's got 2.5 million views, but yes, I got an email, and they had to see it, and it was weird because I know they're reading everything I'm typing.
I actually didn't see anything you typed. I just saw the responses. So
well, basically just they were saying they wanted to use a clip from one of the videos. Surprisingly, not the viral video, the one that has 2.5 million.
Can we talk about how much they were going to pay you?
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, he's being a little girl about it. He doesn't even want to try to negotiate with them, and I think that's silly.
What's the point? Like, what? Why would I want to negotiate?
To get more money. Why else do you negotiate?
Wait, now, how much money are we talking?
They're going to pay me $300. What does he want me to negotiate?
You can't, listen, here's a little rule in this. Like, you have to earn your right to negotiate.
Thank you.
Like, you can't go in, like, sort of with our name of our show.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be Miguel and Holly from the beginning, but they wanted it to be the Miguel show. I had no sort of capital to be like, well, fuck you, bitch. I want it to be. They just hired me, and I was like, I need to get out of Panama City.
Exactly.
So.
But it's different. They came to him and said, "Hey,
but
we like your video. We want to put it on our show."
My thought process is the only reason I'm even okay with it, because they might be. The first question I said was, "What's the context?" Because I don't want them to be like, "Look at this horrible, shitty YouTube." Like,
they're gonna bust your balls.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. It's the 50 top worst YouTube videos you can find on YouTube. I'm sure it is. But so I said, "What's the context?" And the guy pretty much said, "It's lighthearted and fun." So I said, "Whatever, man. That's fine. I'm not going to try to be like, give me $500."
Why start there? You probably won't get 500, but I mean, maybe you'll get 350.
Because my thought is, if maybe they put it out and it is on TV, maybe I'll get more subscribers and can make more money down the road that way through YouTube in general. Why then say, hey, I want more money, and they say, well, we don't want you anyways, go fuck yourself.
Exactly. You have to think about the long game. You can't be in for the short rewards. If you have to pull back.
You know what he said? You should fight for $350 instead of $300.
That's what I'm saying, man.
They're gonna take that out at taxes. Like that's not even worth anything.
You got to cover Uncle Sam, and then he gets yours in your pocket.
Oh my God, no! You have to look at the big picture. You got to pull back.
Maybe I'm just not a spoiled rich boy, and I've had to fight my whole life.
Maybe you're not a good negotiator. You will,
This past weekend was really all the Halloween happenings. Miguel, I know Hot 105 did the haunted yacht.
Hot haunted yacht.
Hot haunted yacht. How
Yeah.
did that work out? Do you get loose on that thing? I mean, do you party hard?
Oh, do I? I got in trouble for the costume contest that we judged.
Did you have your dick out?
No, girl. I
why'd
would
you
never
get in
do that.
trouble? Did you cheat?
No. It's because we had some people.
Friends of yours won.
No, they didn't. Well, what it was is that they did the costume contest at 11 o'clock at night. And so by this point, I was already wasted. And so I'm very inappropriate. When you put me in a setting where it's like an adult setting, there's a microphone, and then I get crazy. And so apparently some people came up that were dressed as Forrest Gump and Jenny, but he had a red hat on. In my drunk mind, all I saw was
Donald Trump's-
Make America Great Again. And so apparently, I don't remember, I went off on this rant and I was like, fuck you will never fucking win this goddamn contest. You can get the fuck out of here. I don't even know why the fuck you came up on this goddamn stage. You will never win. Trump will never be president.
But Miguel.
And he was like, I'm just Forrest.
And then apparently like Holly pulled me aside and was like, Miguel, you can't do that. Like you can't. And apparently I was like, I will.
And this was on mic?
No, well that part was not. But that first part, all of it, I said that in the microphone. Everyone was like, damn.
Oh, that took a dark turn.
Yeah. So
who won-
Miguel
who
really
won-
hates Forrest.
I know. I was like, sorry.
Who won the contest, though?
It was the group contest. It was a bunch of people that dressed as like a roller coaster and had the Todd on the side.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw the picture.
And then there was the sexiest. It was this girl that went as Poison Ivy. And then the couple was the people that went as the Purge.
Okay. Nice.
Cute. Yeah.
I can say this for the first time in my entire life. This past weekend, I did win a costume contest.
Oh, did you?
Oh, man.
Dude,
I
your
did.
costume was awesome.
Dude,
though.
I have to say, I went as Macho Man Randy Savage, and Danielle, my girlfriend, put the entire costume together. I mean, she
Nice.
made the jacket, and I knew it was good, and I knew that it looked good, but I was blown away at the reception that I received. I was up in Michigan. I went to my old homeland with all my old high school friends and everything, and we went out for Halloween and dressed up on Saturday night, and yeah, it was the first time I've ever won ever, but there were people coming up like asking me to take pictures with them. Old cougars were telling me they wanted me to take them home. I mean, it was
Happened to do that, Slim Jim.
it was quite the experience. So I did have my first winning of a costume contest.
How much money?
It was actually, that is the one thing that pissed me off.
Hold on. Here's the picture, just so you know. It's pretty legit. I mean,
I can
I'm
see
sure
your crotch.
You probably don't
sure
know
all the
who
listeners
Dude,
really appreciate that picture.
Here is the key about that. I stuffed my pants with a huge tube sock, and there was like a party being held at the house I was at with lots of friends lots of people I had never met before. So I come downstairs with what appears to be just this god awfully enormously huge penis, and I mean everybody was in shock of that
your dick?
of what was my dick, but was actually
looks yummy.
it was not actually my penis.
Almost like you get to experience a day in the
Miguel
life
has
of Dennis or
zoomed in.
Miguel.
I zoomed in. I was trying to see if I could see the head.
Oh, man.
I tried to like take the sock and actually like form it to where it looked like it had a little ridge for a head and everything.
Yes.
But the problem was
Gotta use rubber bands for that.
my girlfriend. I specifically told her like, don't tell people that it's stuffed, and then she felt necessary
To tell everybody?
I think it was just because all the other girls were staring at my penis.
Well, wait, okay, yeah, but still, don't you think she'd walk around being proud? Like, yeah, that's my man. Look what he's got going on.
You would think, but no, she wanted it to be very clear that I have a
To
small
be
penis.
fair, when I did a similar thing at that Christmas pub crawl we did, when I stuffed my suit with a shirt, dude, all the women were grabbing my dick all night. So she probably didn't want that to happen to you.
Yeah, but I think after, and I don't know any of the details at all. So in Miguel, of course, we want like your opinion first and foremost on this, because I don't know how involved you are in Dennis's love life, or you know what's going on, because it's a mess.
I don't.
99.9% of the time. But what I was really getting to is a story that I know nothing about, is which Dennis's Halloween weekend, where I
man.
guess ended in a near domestic dispute.
Well, no, Jesus, no.
Wait, did you hit a woman?
It was looking that way. I was with Dennis. That
Did
night,
you
and it
smack her in the face?
Well, he just kept winding his fist up in a circle. It's like, she's gonna get it.
Oh my god! Did you grab her pussy?
Well,
Wow.
So I know how stories can get. Can you give us a semi Cliffs Note version of what went wrong with you and your woman?
I'll try to not bog you down.
On Friday night.
Donald Trump.
No
Nasty woman.
We were doing our pub crawl, and she got off work early.
Now, who is this? Is your girlfriend?
Haley, yeah. my
Okay.
girlfriend.
She works for the station. She works. You work with her,
Yeah,
right? You know who she is. Okay.
I think she was on the haunted yacht. That I don't know. She probably didn't dress as anything because she's a fucking loser. No, I'm just kidding. No. We're great. We're cool. Everything's cool.
See, this is the kind of
loving relationship.
Yeah.
Wow, you nasty man. You Donald Trump.
he is. DT.
She got off work early and called me, and I said, "Hey, why don't you come out to the pub crawl?" And she just said, "I'm going to go to bed," and went home. And so for the rest of the night, Jake can attest to this. I was pissed. Like I was just pissed off.
She didn't even come out.
No.
Oh my god.
The funniest thing was watching Dennis in his Woody from Toy Story outfit seething and pacing back and forth. It's just like, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck. What's her problem?
It pissed me off for the rest of the night. So then when I'm leaving, I said, okay, maybe I should call her and I should go over to her place and talk to her and like straighten this out, find out what's going on. And I called her and she picked up and said, I'm sleeping. And I said, fuck this. And so I ghosted on her for like 5 days.
Well,
straight.
keep in mind there are a lot of rumors out there about her getting trains ran on her by the Outback Steakhouse line cook.
These are not, no, these are not true.
Yeah.
I mean, Dennis is in serious denial
Yeah.
about this. But
Wait, so you're beating her and she's getting trains?
they turn her into a blooming onion. That's-
Oh my! Wow, that sounds exciting. Actually, what Outback is this one?
Well, the thing is, so I ghosted on her, right? For like 5 days. The next
Wait,
day.
but let's you say that so matter of factly. I mean, in the year 2016, as a grown human being, if you have an issue with your significant other, I don't think ghosting, Miguel, maybe you can give your opinion on this, is right for 5 days if you're in a healthy relationship.
Yeah, what?
Okay,
Is
it's the
going on
silent
in this
treatment.
situation? Because this sounds like you need to break up. Like if you can't talk about it, then you need to be done with each other. Because mature adults actually sit down and say, "Okay, why did you say that you wouldn't come out, and then why did I get so upset? Let's meet. Let's compromise on this. And what better way can we handle a situation like that? Because just ignoring a situation does not help.
It is important for me to at least catch you up a little bit, and to maybe some people who are listening who don't know the details of Dennis's relationship with Haley. They were together for how long was the initial?
I don't know, like 2 months.
2 months, and then it just was nothingness. I mean, they were together. It was lifeless. She seemed to be disinterested. He was disinterested, and it just fell apart. They broke up.
Oh, dear.
They were
It
nothing.
kind of seemed like Haley was like a ghost that was haunting him.
Yeah.
And she would just sort of like drag herself behind him and then look at everybody creepily.
Hey, we are okay now, you guys.
No, so that
I like Haley. I'm just
so then sometime shortly after they broke up, they started hanging out a lot, like every day, like a couple would. So it took this podcast. We called her on this podcast and asked why they hadn't become boyfriend and girlfriend again, and that was like 3 weeks ago.
Oh.
So here we are now. They're back together. That this podcast brought them together as a couple, and here we are Halloween night. She doesn't show up, and Dennis ghosts on her for 5 days.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
You're not meant to be together.
Yeah.
If you have to use a podcast to be with someone, now listen, I am speaking from experience because the first morning show I was on, much of the morning show was about my horrible dating life and my bad habits and how I was a pussy. I didn't know how to be honest.
gosh.
I didn't know how to talk to people.
Oh, wow. This
And
all sounds
so-
so familiar.
I'm just saying. And so right now, this is not an adult relationship. Y'all are still acting like you're in high school. I think you two, you let it, run its course so you can learn the lessons you're supposed to learn, but this is not going to last.
In her defense, she's never been in any relationship. I am like her first boyfriend. I took her virginity. Like she's very.
Oh.
Yeah.
Imagine getting your virginity taken by a freaking horse cock like this guy. I mean, she's probably got.
and he doesn't talk to you for 5 days. It's
She's probably got animosity.
I do think we're a little hard on her when you really put it that way. She's gone through a lot already.
No,
It's,
but I'm
this
saying
poor
so
girl.
I feel like I have to teach her a lot. So maybe she's not very communicative, but I probably should be better, because the next day, and I haven't told you guys this, she sent me like a 5-page text explaining why she didn't want to come out, and there were some legitimate reasons. My issue then at that point is, why didn't you give me those reasons yesterday? Why'd you wait till today? So I didn't respond.
What were some of those
Oh,
reasons?
Jesus Christ. Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Are you fucking kidding me? So she fucking sits here and pours her goddamn heart out, and then you don't have the fucking balls to respond back?
Yeah.
You are a pussy.
I know. That's
A pussy, Dennis.
Oh my God! Why haven't we had Miguel
Yeah,
on sooner?
seriously.
Oh my fucking goodness.
man. Yeah. No, I know. And the worst part is I was ghosting for a while, and then so that happened on Friday, and I'd been ghosting till Tuesday when she showed up to Bone TV and walked right into the office, and I was sitting there and
Cornered him.
I had nowhere to run. So
You had
What was your plan? Was your plan to just let her?
How long were you to let it go?
Yeah, were you just done with her in your mind?
in my mind, if she, because as much as I was ghosting her, besides her 4-page text, she pretty much stopped texting me too.
Besides that part where she spilled her heart and soul out to me, she hadn't said anything. Yeah, dude, you gotta. I thought that you guys maybe had a future like a couple weeks ago, but
Well,
dude, it's
when,
done.
When we sat down and talked, and I said, look, you probably should have told me beforehand, but at the same time, I shouldn't have ignored you, and I need to work on myself in being more communicative as well.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So we're good now. We had sex.
Yeah,
and it was great.
How old are you?
25,
And how old is she?
23.
Whoa! It took too long.
Just let it run its course. It's not gonna last very long. This is over with, and you need to grow a backbone.
Yeah.
And
Just enjoy that sweet virgin pussy while you can. We do a bit here every week that has become very popular. One of the only things that we ever stuck to, and we
It's our
do every
staple.
single show. It is a staple of the show, and that is one for the girls. Essentially, what it is, Miguel, because I know you're probably not a big listener, is
I love you all individually.
is that we get a question every week that is a question a female has for men. For example, recently we've done does it matter or is a man offended if a girl does or doesn't swallow?
Gotcha.
we've also done when is the right time to say I love you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always sexual. So we thought what we would do this week is something interesting, and we would change it up a little bit and entitle it One for the Gays. And
okay.
each of us would ask you a question that maybe as straight, dumb men, they might have about, you or the gay community or your lifestyle in general.
I love it.
How's that sound?
That sounds perfect. Dennis, I'm sorry. Can you grab my hate chicken Powerade right there? I'm
gotcha.
sorry. I should have grabbed it, but I'm too fat to
okay.
push back on the
This is
seat.
why they
Thank
go to
you.
producers so fast.
He's like, can you you suck that into your mouth and then swish it and then spit it into my mouth?
I actually brought some grapes. Can you feed them to me?
Dennis, would you like to go first with our first question for Miguel?
No, I know these two guys don't really frequent any gay clubs or gay bars.
I wouldn't say frequent, but I have been to many gay bars in my day.
But I know this guy's not going to any of them. But
How many times have you been to the Flamingo?
I've been to with Miguel. I was at the Flamingo.
Oh, 8 times. Yeah, you've got some gay friends. Yeah.
Southern Nights. I hung out with Miguel. Dude, I've been to gay clubs many a time in my day.
No, Dennis has been there enough where he's probably gotten his dick sucked a couple of times.
That goes down in the hot tub, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's actually, it's interesting is that's actually kind of where my question is going is because I will say this. One thing that does bother me is I don't get hit on enough when I'm at gay clubs, but on the off chance that I do get hit on and a guy's coming on very strongly, what's the right way as a straight male to then without offending him, tell him that I don't want it, I don't want anything to do with that.
Dude, I'm straight. Really appreciate the attention. That's it.
And he's not going to be mad at me for that.
Why would he? He's not going to be like.
What would he be mad that there's now he knows there's a straight guy in the bar and I've now invaded his space.
Absolutely not. I mean, the only time it would get weird is if someone's like really, really drunk and then they just get aggressive. But most normal gay people that go out that I know now, I can't speak for every single gay person.
You have to.
That's ever been around. But most people that I know will be like, all right, cool. Sorry. I mean, it's happened to me before where I was like, oh, hey, start talking. And he was like, just want to let you know I'm straight. And I was like, that's cool. And we kept talking. And it wasn't like all of a sudden I was like, well, fuck you, bitch, for being in here.
That's what I worry about.
No, what I do get mad on is if you lead me on and you're very flirty.
And I take you home and I start sucking your dick. And I'm like, dude, just so you know.
I'm straight.
By the way.
And then I'm like, well, let me nut in your mouth real quick there.
Can I do this isn't my question, but can I do like a B section to
sure.
Dennis's question? Obviously, you're still in a committed relationship, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
much more healthy than mine.
obviously. But the question is, as a gay man, is there something, and I'm sure it's different for every man, intriguing about a straight man?
Of course.
Not saying
Alluring.
obviously every gay man's not like there's a straight man, I need to fuck that guy. But is it something that maybe is on your bucket list of sorts to either be with a straight man or try to turn a straight man?
I don't think you can turn a straight man. I think that's something that we just laugh about in gay circles. Like, ooh, girl, I'm a turn him. Yeah. Whereas, here's how I explain it. Like, you either you're gay or not. I think there is a range of sexuality. I think that, like, if Dennis got sucked off in the bathroom in a gay club, being serious, I don't think that makes you gay. That just
well,
means
that was actually one of my questions. Yeah, if like at what point, if doing, I don't know how to word this, but like let's say one night I hook up with a dude, like full on, we have full on sex. At what point then does that make me gay?
I don't think that makes you gay. I think to me, being gay is more emotional. Like when you think about what happens in the physical aspect, if a girl came in here and like sucked me off, I'm still going to get off. I could still get hard and put it inside of her. Doesn't mean that I'm going to enjoy it, because that's just those are nerve endings. Those aren't emotions. That's not your brain.
Right.
To me, what makes you gay is when I look at my boyfriend and I'm like, I get emotional comfort and fulfillment from him. Not, what
about the
happens in
love.
the bedroom.
It's not
Yeah,
about-
exactly. That's what makes you being gay.
Yeah, see, that's my thing, is I can wrap my head around every physical aspect of it, but like, just, I mean, looking at a guy with a mustache, I'm like,
Right.
it's just like, there's pretty guys. You're like,
Right.
Brad Pitt's a pretty dude, but
Yeah.
something about feeling stubble against my stubble, something about
But
Just drives me wild.
to reverse your question, John, I would totally want to like have sex with a lesbian,
oh yeah, for sure.
like in the reverse, like of a.
I guess
a
that
gay-
is interesting. I didn't think of it like that.
Would
Have you ever seen like two girls kissing at a party and you weren't like, I mean,
Well, yeah. Usually they're just like straight sluts.
well,
that are trying to
yeah,
get banged. All right, Jake. Do you have a question for Miguel?
yeah, mine's a little more on a serious note. Growing up, I think at least I'm sure these other guys did. People toss around gay a lot, like to mean bad or lame. Do you find that super offensive, and I don't think it's gone away very much at all in normal conversation. Does that bother you when people say, "Oh, that's gay"? Talking about something bad.
It doesn't bother me because I'm 31. I'm very comfortable in my skin. I've been there. I've seen it. There's nothing you can say about me being gay that's gonna, make me sad or anything. But what it does bother me is that there are kids who are still going up through the process, and that those sort of terms, when you say it in that context, that makes you feel like you're less than. And so I've been there before when they would be like, oh, that's so gay. That's so gay. That's so gay. And I'm like, well, that's me. I'm gay. And so that's why it took me, when I came out, I didn't say the words I am gay for a few years, probably not until I got to college, because that was such a negative connotation, was that I'm gay.
Right.
I couldn't say those words about myself. So do I get offended by it? No, I understand. I'll never stop somebody, but I will if it's something that's like if someone's saying it a lot or something.
Right.
I pull them aside and say, hey,
Pull them inside, man. That might get you to stop saying it.
I'll make you feel real gay then. Come on.
I pulled them inside me. And
Yes. And then, I'll say, hey, listen, I'm not being bothered by it, but just think about who you're saying that around.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I guess, if somebody was going around saying, trying to say something's bad and be like, oh, that's so handsome. That's so, I would get offended by that after a while, I think, too.
stupid.
We all have our crosses to bear.
Jake makes the worst jokes, by the way.
Miguel's laughing. That counts.
I think it's cute.
He's our in-house dad joke. So my question is a little more vulgar.
Oh,
Is that okay?
I love it. Give it to me.
It pretty much. I mean, how dirty can we get here?
Oh, very.
It's our
Okay,
show.
good. Well, I don't want to offend him and
let's not
have
make
him
him
walk
uncomfortable,
out.
for God's sakes.
It comes down to anal sex. It comes down
Okay.
to taking it in the ass, because I have been open. Not that I've dabbled too much in it in
Wide
my
open.
life, but I've been open with the fact that I'm open to butt play. The sensation, is something I'm open to, and females experience. I think the general consensus: if you don't love it, you hate it. It's very painful.
Right.
So as a
make
gay
them love
man.
it. I'm about butt play, man.
As a gay man, is that something that, like, for a period of time, because some girls can try it 15 times and say it's not for me, and I imagine that with a man it could be very well the same. Is that something you've experienced? Did you work through it? Do you have any tales of dealing with such situations? Yeah, that's about it.
Everybody's different. Everybody's body's different. So there are some people that I say that are just born to be, you have tops and bottoms.
Right.
Top is someone that's the doer, and the bottom is someone that takes.
Pitching and catching. Yeah.
Pitching and catching. And so there are people that are just, their bodies are made to be a bottom. I don't know scientifically how it happens, because I have friends that can just see a big old dick and just sit on it.
Sit on it and spin. Huh?
Just sit on it, and I'm like, girl, I don't know how you do that, but good for you. Whereas I'm one of those people, I can't do that. Like, I have to I have to be in a certain mood. I have to be a little tipsy. Like the stars have to align for that to happen.
Now I always hear about poppers.
Yeah.
So that's supposed
Wait
to.
a second. Wait a second.
Can we fill the group in here?
Ooh, I should have brought some.
Oh, man. Oh my! If we tried them on air, next time we have you on, we're gonna do poppers. No, but it does.
Jalapeno poppers. What's going on?
If you got jalapeno ones, you're in for a bad time. But no, they do two things, right? I know number one, they're supposed to help relax the muscles down there and make things easier. But doesn't it give you some kind of euphoric feeling too?
Yeah, it sort of makes you a little lightheaded.
Wait, what a
Somebody-
goddamn popper is? What?
Yeah, somebody please fill this in.
Okay, so basically, from what I understand, poppers, it's basically VCR. It's been so long since I've seen one. I was like, wait, what is it called?
VCR?
VCR tape head cleaner or something?
What is going on here?
It's this chemical that's in the small bottle.
See, I told you these guys know nothing.
I know, they're like, I don't know gay stuff. Come over to the Flamingo, I'll teach you, girl. And then you take it and then you sniff it in one nose and you sniff it in the other, and it gives you this lightheaded euphoria feeling, and it makes your booty hole like pulse a little bit.
Oh, so does that in turn make it easier to receive?
I've actually never tried it while
Does it
like
feel-
trying to have sex. I don't know that.
Is that something? If you're the giver, then and the guy who's receiving pops it, do you then
You get like
feel
a
it?
little
Is it pulsating? I thought it relaxed it.
It's different for everybody, but from what I've heard described from a couple of friends is that it's sort of like it relaxes, but then it also can make your pulse a little
Oh, okay.
bit.
I see. Like,
That sounds kind of nice.
So,
Yeah.
okay, this is my B portion to my own question.
Yes.
So obviously, I think when a lot of people envision anal sex, or at least sex, like that in general, it's from behind. Do you get into missionary and other type of positions?
Excellent question.
Man on top type thing, or is it mostly all doggy?
Yeah, missionary, and then you can jerk them off too.
yeah.
This is my favorite question because I
Learned that from Bailey J.
I find it interesting that that gay sex is such a mystery to people.
It's not a
It's the
mystery.
same.
It's
I would
just-
imagine it's all the same positions you do in straight sex.
Well, it is because I've had that question a lot where people are like, I can't remember who it was, but there was someone, I was describing a hookup years ago, and I was like, well, we were in this position, and they were like, wait, you can do it outside of doggy style?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've
What?
had that type of sex before as well that wasn't in a doggy style position. So I'm not completely at a loss.
Wait, John, you've got a story to tell, buddy.
Dude,
No, but I'm just saying. I know it's possible.
We can do it any way you can do it. We can do it any way,
Do you have
missionary,
any
side to side.
Maybe my question should be then: do you have a preference?
are there any bonus positions that we can't do?
Oh yeah, nice.
Oh, yeah.
no, not really. Not that I know of. I mean, the 69's pretty fun when there's two guys involved.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
I gotta imagine that's kind of difficult though. Like if you're the guy on the bottom, that's
be deadly.
Yeah.
No, you just breathe through your nose.
Oh man.
That's what you have to do.
Hey, I guess practice makes perfect, right?
I love 69.
I forgot what you asked.
I think I was asking your favorite sexual position.
Sexual position. That's right. I'm trying to think. Really, it depends on like where in the process that you're doing it. I think my favorite is when if I'm the top, they're on their stomach. And you're just like going in.
You got the legs
just going
up?
to town.
No, they're on their stomach. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're on their stomach. Yeah,
I heard stomach. I was thinking stomach, staring at stomach.
and
I gotcha.
you're just going to town.
Okay.
And this is gonna be
'Cause I'm
my
lazy.
This is gonna be my last and filthiest
got
question.
enough? You got
This is my last. this is my
John's
last
like a
and
kid going up to a
this is my
mall
last
stand
and
and
filthiest
rattling
question.
all this.
This is a good one though.
And I will gauge how filthy this is because I can probably get filthier.
Okay, good.
Ooh.
Do you have and really, I guess what it is when it comes to finishing, because with a female, the finishing is very different than with a male. With a male, it's very tangible. You know what's happening. There's an expressive liquid. Is that something that you time out together? Because it seems like if the timing was off, that could be bad for everybody.
It depends. I mean, when you're in a relationship, like the cues of what's going to happen. So you can sort of like wait. So like my boyfriend and I, when we do it, it's usually like around the same time. But when you're on a hookup, like there's just no telling. And so sometimes someone finishes before, sometimes someone finishes after. But the thing about that is because they're two men, I have a friend who his rule of hookups is everyone's responsible for getting themselves off. Like if I get off before you, I'm done. Like
Oh,
Well, I was
wow.
gonna say because
That's great.
when I hook up with a girl, like whenever if I finish and she hasn't, I'm just like, sorry, that's the end.
Oh, come on.
Selfish bitch.
But I will say it seems easier for guys though. Like if you finish before your boyfriend does, I think it's a little easier to.
Right.
Sometimes with girls, it's a process. It's
No, I understand that, but yeah, for guys, I mean, it's fair. But then sometimes it's not. Sometimes it takes a minute. Like you got to get there mentally.
Do you guys like to blow it on each other's faces?
oh, that's a
Jesus
good question.
Christ.
No, I don't like that.
No?
Because one time when I was younger, no, that sounds like
Hey, let it all out.
I
buddy.
had this uncle, and
there was this teacher when I was in the 3rd grade. No, this was when I was in college, and he was like, "Yeah, let me just bust it on your face."
Oh, but I love doing that. Yeah.
And I was like, "All right, I'll try." And then
You sound like every girl I've ever had.
I was like 20. Oh God, no! I was like 18.
Oh man.
I was 18.
Yeah, let's keep it legal at least.
I know, right? So I was like, yeah, let's try it. Yeah, come on, bust it in my face. Yeah. And then he did, and then it was like so powerful that it shut my eye.
Oh god.
And all I remember, this was like years and years ago. All I remember is like we finished and like I washed my face. I remember we went to Moe's afterwards.
Oh my god.
And then the case though.
No, and I just remember like my eyes would not feel better, and I was like crying at the table over my quesadilla.
Picturing like that scene from Saving Private Ryan when they're storming the beaches. You just have that the whole time as explosions are going off around.
Seriously, I was just like,
who is this guy?
He's the fucking worst.
I was just like, my eye. And then, so yeah, after that, I was like, no face, no, never.
So do you have a preference, a spot,
Of where I would like for them to put it.
Or, but you go belly
or
button,
vice
right?
versa? Do you have your favorite place you like to put it?
Of course.
You like to lay the well? Do tell.
See this
Right on the boobies.
No, not on the boobies.
That's for me.
This is. I can't believe I'm saying this on a recorded podcast right now that'll live forever. So if I ever run for president one day, they're gonna play this on. Wolf Blitz is gonna be.
We got this on tape there, Billy
I know,
Bush.
right? They'll be like, one day. There is a saying that they say in gay porn. Have y'all ever watched gay porn
Yeah.
before?
Oh yeah.
You have?
I mean, I've watched gay porn. I mean, I've never sat down and
Yeah.
watched a full length film or anything, but I've
Like, have you seen it from like beginning to end?
No,
Probably not, no.
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 I have. I'm trying to think about it. I really have though.
Well, there are some where the guys will be like, "Yeah, give me that load. Give me your load. Oh, I'm gonna give you my load. You ready for it?" When you're in a committed relationship and everyone's been tested and everybody is on the up and up,
Do you say
that
you
is-
finish in the booty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's great. Eh?
Oh. No, it's all, yeah, it all made sense. I just thought,
What? Did you just give somebody a load?
well,
there,
he
Dennis?
was saying, give me your load, and all I could think of was, I'm thinking of straight porn.
Like on your body?
Well, usually in straight porn, the ending is always a girl on her knees and the guy just
Oh,
busting
on
in
their
her face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dumping loads. Yeah.
No.
So that's what I was imagining, but
Yeah, when they say that, it's like, yeah, give it to me in my booty.
I think we've all learned a lot here today.
Jesus,
I'm
yeah.
a different man than I was, 30 minutes ago. Dennis wanted to make it a point to have you do this. I think it's because of his ego and he has mental issues we've established. He wants you to rate the men here at the crowded table from who you would fuck first
Here's the
to
thing.
last.
We had Anna do it when we had her on.
One of our only other guests.
And she picked me.
Well, the only guest who I think could accurately rate us, because she's female attracted to men.
Single.
Why have Seth do it? Like, Seth's gonna say no, but if Miguel attracted to men,
He's not necessarily attracted to these men. I mean,
Yeah, what do you think? Because he's gay? He just wants to fuck us all?
No, but he can still rate us.
Okay, so from first to last, who you banging first?
First to
No,
last.
go last to first.
Oh, last to first probably makes the most sense.
Last to first. Okay, right. Who I would do?
Last.
Who's your last pick?
Oh,
Who are you
okay,
not
got it,
banging,
got it.
basically?
And do that first.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
You don't have to.
You're like, oh,
Come on. Wait, I didn't think we could show skin.
Oh.
trying to show me
sorry.
some skin. Wait, it's time for me to finally see this damn grave digger.
yeah, this is your moment.
I'm about to say, if we're gonna rate people, like it's time for me to finally
Well,
see.
just know when
Alright,
you're
you're
making your decision, Dennis has the largest penis by far, by at least 2 to 3
It
times.
might be as big as mine and John's combined.
No, I mean might not be far fetched.
Don't base your decision on our dick sizes, okay?
I would have to say. Now, are we going based on looks or based
Everything,
on person?
everything. 'Cause
everything. Okay, got it. I think, unfortunately, after hearing the conversation about Haley, Dennis will fall to the bottom.
I would have bet you money Dennis was number one.
Wow, see you guys. I'm fucking leaving.
Wow, okay. Who slides in
Broken
that?
hearted.
Okay, so just because
I believe
of that,
Honor rated you last as well.
so if we, yeah, she did. So if we eliminate
He's flustered.
if we eliminate that conversation about my tendency in a relationship, and we were just like, if you had to have a one night stand with one of these three,
Right. Okay.
am I still at the bottom?
Let's do it like this. If we're at a club and if we're at Southern Nights and we're all hanging out and I'm drunk, and if I'm to go talk to someone to do a hookup, it would probably be Dennis, because that's more of like my type of, like, if you look at the people I've
seen
dated.
your boyfriend.
He's a twink.
Yeah, he's a twink, yeah. And so, and
I think
he's
he's
tall.
technically
This
Otter.
is
right?
Otter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's Otter, definitely. But, you know, I'd probably like fill up on his penis a little bit in the club as we're dancing and be like, oh.
Yeah. But you said you weren't one for a big dick, so
But when it's a one night stand, you kind of want to do
Yeah,
things
you
you don't
gotta-
normally do.
All right, so-
I don't want that on an everyday basis. Like, that's too
I'll
much.
accept being last. So who are you gonna? What do these two? What do they fall under?
I think the second would have to be Jake,
All right.
Fuck you, John Senning.
and then John sitting at the top. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I like about John Sinning is that if you saw him in public, you'd be like, "Oh, that's a man right there." But then when you talk to him, you can tell
You realize
he's
he's a little girl.
Here's no, not at all. No, here's what I like is that whenever I see him, I'm like, "Oh, hey," and then he goes, "How are you?" And I'm like, "I'm good." He goes, "No, how are you?" And I'm like, "Ooh, he wants to know about me. He wants to hear me talk."
But I thought you didn't like it when guys led you on. That's
it's not leading on.
That's
I
dirty
just
tricks,
every
John.
time I see Miguel, it's not like we see each other every day. So when I do see him, I want to, he's somebody that I like and enjoy to talk to. So I want to just gauge where he's at, and I think he probably does the same, vice versa.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that would definitely be my top pick.
Wow, thank you. That makes me.
So we started that by saying I have some overblown ego, but both people have rated you number one. So
It hasn't gone to my head yet.
Yet.
Yeah. Dennis has prepared a very special game for this. If you'll notice, like I said, penis is a general theme on the show.
it has been since day one.
And if I can, this was my original question for the gays, but it's kind of important. What do you think straight men's fascination with just kind of like gay? Like, I know a lot of straight guys who are constantly being gay with each other. They're constantly saying disgusting things to each other.
Talking about dicks.
We talk on this podcast. We talk about our dicks and each other's dicks and other dicks more than anything else. Like, what do you think? Is there some sort of deeper meaning there?
No, I think that we've moved along as a culture to where it's acceptable to talk about stuff like that. I think it's awesome. I think the fact that, like, there's someone that I know that's trying to figure out if a family member is gay, and they were like, "Hey, can you look at their Instagram?" And I was like, "Sure." And then
Tell by Instagram?
well, sometimes you can, but then here's the great thing: is this person is really young, like they're in college, and I was like,
okay.
you can't tell now because
Right.
those guys, they're so fluid, they're so comfortable that even for me, like when I was dating, and be out and meet people, I would get confused because I'm like, clearly by my standards, like this is a gay man. But even in the time from like when I was like 21 and going out and stuff to like now that I'm 31, it's completely changed with young guys, and so you can't tell all the time. So I think it's wonderful that you joke about it, that it's open, that it's
I
not so
think
rigid.
it's an expression of affection. You know what I mean? There's no
Yeah.
real good like friend thing that we can hug each other, we can give each other bro fists. But I think just mentioning that, John, I want to suck your dick, is just me expressing that, hey man,
Oh, that's wonderful.
I really enjoy your company.
Are you going to do it?
Maybe.
Let's do it.
Well,
Listen, if he has a couple more of those LaCroix, maybe we can talk.
I do think Miguel is right, though, how we've come a long way. Think like 50 years ago, if there was guys sitting here and someone said, "Oh, Dennis has such a big dick," someone else would be like, "I don't want to hear about his dick." I don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right.
Shit, even 20 years ago.
Yeah, which leads us to this game, which is all about who has the biggest dick.
Right.
The biggest dick is
All
the
right,
game.
whip them out, boys.
Dennis,
I'm ready.
Oh, different game. Sorry.
Dennis has done a lot of investigative work. I guess he's been looking at charts and things.
Oh.
And essentially how the game will go is that Miguel, myself, and Jake will be playing the game. Dennis will be hosting the game.
Yes.
And he will be listing off.
I've got 5 rounds.
Okay.
I've got 5 rounds here. I will name 3 celebrities.
Okay.
Your name is your buzzer. So if John wants to answer, he'll say John, and he will then have to tell me which celebrity has the biggest dick. The game's called The Biggest Dick.
And you have the sizes.
Now, these, I will tell you, these are based on rumors.
Gotcha.
Not everything is fact. So I'm basing this on all the rumors I've found. That I did a lot of investigating today.
It's sort of like Family Feud. Survey says.
You're Steve Harvey.
Basically.
Dennis is Steve Harvey.
I love Steve Harvey.
He's
So-
great.
He's the best.
So
Best dresser.
No, I hate him because I have to compete against him. Sorry.
now, to be fair, before you say your name, before you buzz in, wait till you hear all three names. Okay, so if I say a name, and you're just like, oh, that's I know it. Just wait till three, so that way it's fair. Okay. All right. Round one. Brad Pitt, Colin Farrell, John Mayer.
John.
Oh, that was close, but I'll say John.
Colin Farrell.
No, you're wrong. So
Oh, okay. Well, we've eliminated here, so let's go with Pitt.
you're also wrong.
Oh,
John Mayer. That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say. If I guess. Yeah.
You just think John Mayer had the biggest dick?
his body's
Yes.
a wonderland.
The rumors are that Brad Pitt actually is the smallest out of the three.
Yeah, usually I find that really pretty guys, you can look at my Tumblr too, the pretty guys normally have smaller dicks, but the ones that look kind of ratty, and I love John Mayer. He's my favorite artist of all time.
Oh, is he really? I love
yeah.
John Mayer as well. I'm a huge John Mayer fan.
love John Mayer.
Yeah, I saw him in
I like
concert.
his more
a couple
blues
years ago.
work, but
Oh, you saw him in concert?
Yeah, when he was in Orlando a couple years ago. He's the man. I'd fuck him.
That's my dream. I would.
Yeah.
I would let him do. Yeah.
Brad Pitt's ex made a joke saying that he was no big deal, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
And then Colin Farrell, there's actually a sex tape.
I've
so-
seen his. He's really hot. He fucks really well.
Colin Farrell is a good
But
looking
he
dude.
was listed on the chart as medium through his sex tape.
it's thick though. It's
And then
wide.
John Mayer is coming from all the girls that he jerks off in front of. I don't know if you've heard about that. But
That's his
Oh,
thing,
yeah,
right?
that's his go-to.
They all
right.
say he has a big dick. So
Yeah, you can tell. He's got a big, thick one down there.
all right,
I'd like
You
to
can
see
tell
it.
by his neck.
round two.
his neck.
Round two. David Beckham, Ashton Kutcher, Ben Affleck,
Miguel. Ashton Kutcher.
Wrong.
Ooh,
John, what do you got?
Jake.
Oh, sorry, Jake. What do you got?
Let's go Beckham on this one.
David Beckham, number one.
really?
He does a lot of underwear. Ads.
Yeah,
No,
that's
that
the
shit
thing.
is stuffed. I do not believe that for one goddamn
There-
day.
he has a lot of those, but then there's a lot of candid pictures of him as well, where his just bulge is very visible. This is what they're saying. So they
but-
listed him as a large penis.
Have you ever thought about how much bulge is balls as opposed to dick? Because you can have big balls without having a big dick, right?
That's true. I've known people that.
Listen,
yeah.
I'm going off of rumors here.
That's
I'm just
actually
saying.
that's me. I've got huge balls, little dick. I mean, seriously, my balls are getting older with age. Or they're getting bigger with age. I don't know if they're growing or they're just starting to sag.
Like a
but
Mike and Ike sitting on top of two oranges.
I mean, it's. I'm just saying, my balls are bigger than my dick.
Well, Brittany Murphy, Ashton Kutcher's ex, said that her dick was small, or his dick was small, and then in Ben Affleck they went off the fact you can, I guess, see some of his dick in Gone Girl.
Dude, for some reason when you said Ben Affleck, I thought Ben Stiller. I bet you he's got a big dick.
All right, round three. This one I've put really good categories here. Round three: Snoop Dogg,
Oh, well, I mean,
50 Cent,
Oh,
Eminem.
Miguel.
Yes,
I'm going to say Snoop Dogg.
you are correct. Snoop Dogg, biggest dick. Out of the three.
Wow, really?
They actually say that.
well, hang on. Okay, go ahead and say why. Go ahead.
Okay, what's her face? Mathers, whatever. Kim Mathers
Yeah.
says that not only was Eminem's dick tiny, but he's really bad at sex. Now they do.
she's a bitch.
Okay, hey, I'm just saying these are the rumors.
It
Okay,
looks like he would just flop around.
they do say 50 Cent is a nice, decent medium, but they say Snoop Dogg's is too big. Is the girl? There was a girl who had sex with him said it was
No.
too big.
I can see how his would be like a ramrod. Just-
Yeah. And I will say, it seems like that skinny guys, the dick always looks bigger on a skinny guy, right? Like if you're and not just slender, but lanky guys like Snoop Dogg is, the dick looks bigger.
I always say
Maybe that's like a forced perspective kind of thing.
no skinny white guys, skinny tall white guys always have big old thick ones. Just
There you go.
hey, just slap it in
It's
your
why I'm
face.
so skinny. All the fat goes right to my dick. Yeah.
Let's prove it.
Okay, round
Dude,
four.
you should just whip out your dick, though.
I can't. I got
Listen,
some.
I'll block the camera.
Just do it. Just do it. Listen, just once.
What if we left the room?
Let me just see it
No,
once.
I played the game with Miguel where if he won, I would show him my dick on Snapchat and he lost. So
I just want to see. I just
So you
want to
showed him
see
his,
it
right?
once.
I've seen it.
You have?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Is it as
Yeah.
impressive
you've
as
seen it
everyone
twice
says?
for some
Yeah,
reason.
I mean, as far as I can tell, I haven't gotten up close and personal, like really, really got into it. But I mean, from what I've seen, it's Yeah, it's something to behold.
It's like a
Can you
flash.
just one time on Snapchat just for like
The thing
4
is,
seconds?
John's only seen it because he was basically serving me girls on a platter and was like, I had to whip it out. So.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
was like,
listen,
here, take
we
this.
can put the show on pause for a minute. You go to the bathroom, take a snap, and we'll keep the show going, and Miguel will get it.
Yeah, I was actually
I think you
thinking.
should. You
That's
should
how
do
you
that.
should go to the
That's not
bathroom.
happening.
You should go to the bathroom, snap a picture of your dick.
I'm not going to be able to get it hard knowing that I have
You
to
don't
do-
need to
have
get it hard,
Yes,
right?
I do. I got to get it hard.
No, 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 no.
I'm a grower, not a shower. That's 100%.
That's not a real
Why
thing.
don't you just here? I'll put some porn on my phone.
Can we just
You
play
go
the
take a
goddamn
look
game?
at
I hate
it.
you.
All right, is there-
No, I want to see it. You have to do it. Listen, and the first rule, one of the second rules of radio, you never say no. You
Right,
always
yeah.
go with the bit.
We're not on the radio.
We got a yes and. my
Listen,
friend, yes
if you want to get to my level, you never say no.
Ooh.
Oh,
I think you're being.
I think I'm supposed to have sex
why did
with
that
a
turn me on?
I think this is rape. Actually.
gun. Round 4.
Okay.
I just pulled a Donald
Round 4.
Trump.
Justin Bieber.
When you're my level in radio, you do anything you want. You just grab them right by their big old dicks. They just let you do it.
Just start kissing them. Just kissing them. I need a tic tac.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I hate you guys so much.
All right, I'm ready.
Justin Bieber, Shia LaBeouf, and Daniel Radcliffe.
John.
Oh, Miguel.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah, Justin
Really?
Bieber. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen it?
Oh yeah, I have
the
seen
pictures.
that.
Have you seen the pictures?
I have zoomed in on it several
It looks
times.
like what?
But I think Radcliffe has a decent sized one too, right?
No, the rumor about Radcliffe, because he was naked in a play,
Yeah,
and they say it was tiny, and he said
Well, I mean, stage fright.
he does say stage fright is the reason it was so small.
Right.
He actually
It
says
was uncut.
the actual word that he said was
cut and uncut.
he said it tightened up like a little hamster.
It tightened up like a little hamster.
Yeah,
And you're a big Harry Potter fan, right?
Yes,
So does
uh-huh.
that turn you on or not? I mean, do you wish you had a bigger dick?
I would love to have sex with Harry Potter. That
Yeah.
would be wonderful.
I don't think the dick size would matter at that point.
No, see, but if I did
There's
it,
gotta
he
be a
would
spell for that.
I'm gonna say he would have to have his wand and his glasses. He'd have to have the scar.
man.
I'd be like, sorry, you're not Daniel right now.
Wait,
you're
who are you
Harry."
role playing then? Are you doing Hermione? What do you?
No.
Wait, who do you hook up with?
He's married to Ginny Weasley.
Oh, that's
so
right, that's right.
I'll put on a red wig. That's fine.
Hey man.
Come on.
Last round.
It was final round. Okay.
Final round. Eddie Murphy, Common, and Nelly.
John, Nelly.
Wrong.
Ugh.
John.
I think. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go for it. No, I didn't say my name yet. I'm thinking.
Miguel. Common.
Wrong. It is Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, they actually say Eddie Murphy's dick is in the 8 to 9 inch range.
All I can think
That's
about
what it
is
sounds like when it's in your mouth. Actually,
no. It's more.
All right.
I just all I can
That's
think
getting
of-
added to the soundboard.
All I can think about is like Norbit when I used to say that.
no, they say Eddie Murphy's got a huge dong.
Good to know.
Oh, good. I think that was a success.
I'm glad we
Maybe we
played
can
the
add
game.
that to the rotation.
Yeah, sure. I'm running out of celebrity.
I feel like I'm
rumors.
asking you a lot of strange questions, but
No, I love it.
Miguel, have you ever felt the need to apologize after sex? And I would imagine in the gay world, like you said, we talked about anal sex and how it can be painful. So maybe it's more prevalent. But is that something that you found yourself doing, or had other men do to you during or after sex, apologizing?
No. I think when I was younger and I did and have low self-esteem, and I'm always working through it. But back then, I used to really second guess myself, and I would apologize. I'd be like, "I'm sorry. Like, I hope it was what you wanted," and they'd be like, "Would you fucking stop?"
Yeah.
like it was okay, but now you just ruined it.
What all started this was that Dennis has disclosed information that he is a sexual apologist.
Dude,
and finds himself
bad.
apologizing after every sexual encounter he has.
I mean, literally, I bust a nut and say I'm sorry. Like at the moment, I'm just like I'm sorry.
What I don't know. That's got to be some deep.
It's like his finishing move.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. I need to understand the context here. So let's say I'm Haley and you're you, and we're
Yep.
And you're giving that big old dick. Oh yeah.
Take that cock. Yeah, you like that? Yeah, you like that?
Is that what you say? Take that
I
cock.
say whatever. That's in the rotation, but it's not my main.
Take that cock.
So you
romantic.
we both just busted.
Oh, I'm like a filthy sex guy. Like I like to talk super dirty.
Well, if
the
you
whole
listen to this, there's no guarantee that you both just busted. So Dennis just busted.
Okay, and then I'm like, oh,
Act it out for us.
time. No, usually as soon as I'm done, I'm like I'll pull out and I say I'm sorry. And then she says the same thing of you don't have to say I'm sorry. Like, and it's
That's so
Like
weird.
before you've even cleaned up, it's just.
oh yeah.
What? Why?
I honestly, man, I don't really know, because it's not that I'm like I'm a premature ejaculator or anything, because I last pretty damn long.
Well, sometimes he doesn't even come. That's been a topic of discussion
that's
as well.
true.
Is that just a sidetrack for a second? Because we bury him a lot for that. He'll go hours of sex without busting a nut. Does that seem normal to you?
No, that's happened to me before, right?
Thank
I
you.
faked it.
Is it? And do you think
faked it?
I faked it.
How did you fake it?
Well, when you're in the booty hole.
Well, it was a hookup.
I mean, if nothing dribbles out, I'm gonna be concerned.
No. Yeah, I mean, if just because it's booty hole, it still drips out.
Yeah.
at the end. No, it was because I was wearing it was a hookup, so I was wearing a condom,
Yeah.
and so then I
yeah.
just was like,
Okay.
ooh, and I took it out. I was like, oh. That was weird. Actually, like faking a real orgasm. I was like, I wish for one time in my life there was a camera in the room, because we were like on my floor and we were just like going at it, and he was like, oh yeah, and I was like, I could tell this is not going anywhere. I was like, I need this to end now.
Do you have like whiskey dick, or are you just not feeling
'cause
it?
It was like a night out. We were drunk.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we were back to my house, and I was like, I'm gonna just pretend. I was like, yeah. And he was like, it's
More violent than I pictured.
yeah.
That's
Then he said I'm sorry.
And then I like got up and ran out to the bathroom. I was like, whoop, slip the condom off.
I actually think though, what I really think why I do
Wait,
it.
do you do it to other girls other than Haley?
I have, yeah, I have. But my reason, and I think it's because I like to talk really dirty. Like, I'm not a very loving person when I'm having sex. I'm very like kind of the boss. You know
Wait,
what I mean?
can we role play? I want to hear what this sounds
yeah.
like.
Let's do that.
Yeah,
I'm
come on.
no good at dirty
All right,
talking.
take-
on
Okay,
command.
no. Here, hold on. Let me put you in the mood. Okay, close your eyes.
Okay.
Close your eyes.
Stop hitting me in the face, Miguel. What's going on?
Yeah, tell me something really nasty. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I
Just
You're
do
not
it, Dennis.
playing along. Jesus Christ, close your eyes and act like we're in the bedroom and you're about to just lay it down inside me right now.
okay. But do I have to do it from like I'm having sex with a man?
No, with a woman. I'm a woman.
Whatever gets
Okay.
you off, man. Do
Yeah.
it. Jesus.
Come on, Dennis, don't be.
I'll be like, well, let's say we're doing some foreplay stuff, and I'm like, oh, I want to stick my dick in your pussy so bad. Like,
Yeah, stick it deep in.
oh yeah, I'm gonna get so deep inside you. Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God, I can't wait for it.
I open my eyes and John's laughing, and I can't do this. But I'm just saying, like, well, then like I like to pull hair. I like to smack ass. I like to
Smack ass.
What's wrong?
No,
with that?
nothing. I was.
Not everybody knows this, but Dennis has that transcribed on the back of his pickup truck. I like to smack ass. I like to pull hair.
And you know my specialty
Is
is
the
to
spitting on the butthole?
spit
Yeah.
on a butthole and put my thumb in it.
Yeah. Have you spit on Haley's butthole?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't think we ever covered that.
Probably shouldn't say that on the podcast. But
Wait, so you literally stick your thumb in her butt? Do you get pleasure from that?
yeah, dude, that turns me on. I don't know why. And so that's why then when I finish, my thing is I think she just lets me do it. And that she doesn't necessarily enjoy it. So then when I'm done,
No.
I feel bad immediately. And I say, I'm sorry that I
guess you probably
made
learn to like it.
I would say if you're doing things to her that you don't think she likes, then that's probably not good.
Yeah, if you're just doing it with
Well, but that's the thing, is she tells me that's not the case, and that she's okay with it, and it's fine, and I don't need to apologize. She enjoys it.
I'm more intrigued with Miguel's theory, where he kind of said what he experienced back in the day was maybe coming from a place of insecurity. Is that a possibility?
It might be, but
I think
don't.
so.
But I don't know what really the insecurity would be.
I don't know either.
You have a lot going on in there. Like, I think you may kill someone one day.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Man.
you're
Like, there's
fucked
a
up.
lot. Like, there's a lot going on. As I'm listening
Whoa.
to you talk about your relationship and your sex habits and stuff, there's a lot going on in there. Like, I would love to.
I was
just-
abused as a
Yeah,
child.
his father is a terrible person.
Is he?
Yeah, yeah.
Were you physically and mentally?
Oh
abused?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Not sexually, but
Right, but okay.
He hasn't spilled those beans
no,
yet.
that's not. No,
That's coming on episode 50.
yeah, that's for the big anniversary
Dennis,
episode.
do you hate yourself?
no, I don't. I hope not. No.
I always assumed, or at least I say always, when you told me this, I assumed it had something to do with your huge dick. And
Yeah,
that you
like
just
you-
felt
yeah,
like you
sorry
had
about that.
impaled her and that like you had ruined her vagina.
No, I.
Well, that is some of it because especially with Haley. Now with other girls I've been with, they can take as much as the dick as they
It's
want.
designed to spit out a baby, so you know.
But with Haley, I do have to be more gentle. So sometimes I when I get a little rough and I am kind of pounding, with my dick, I do feel.
What else would you be pounding?
you know when I'm pounding with my dick.
I'm sorry, but I do sometimes feel bad that maybe I've gone a little too rough.
When you look in the mirror, Dennis, what do you see?
Dude, what are you doing this to me right now?
Yeah,
Why are you doing
seriously.
this to me?
Let's let Miguel do
I'll
it.
tell you what. I went to the doctor the other day, and they ask you the weirdest fucking questions. And like 9 of the questions they asked me were, "Have you been feeling depressed? Do you feel like you're not worth it in the world? Do you feel like you're not amounting to anything?" And I'm like, why is my doctor asking me this? I just want to know if my dick is okay, or like.
What? You went there to get your dick checked out?
No, I got some marks on my knees, they're on my legs.
What?
No, it's
What is going
Here's the
on
thing.
with you,
They're
Dennis?
stretch marks.
Southern.
On your knees?
No, I said knees, but I meant thighs. Is the word.
Is it from when you grew, when you became really tall?
No, they just started appearing a couple months ago. Actually,
Oh, dude, you're gonna die.
I could be. I don't know.
What did they say it was from?
They just say stretch marks. They say
Said squats and
Dude,
cheeseburgers.
let's show those things.
You want to see them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got stretch marks for
Okay,
days.
Well, on your thighs? I've never seen stretch marks on your thighs.
Oh man, if we're lucky, we'll get a little.
Dude,
All right, you see these little red
Oh,
marks?
wow.
oh yeah, I got those. I got those.
Well, I got another one deeper.
Okay.
Oh, careful now.
Oh yeah.
You see
Oh,
that?
wow.
Oh,
wow.
yeah, that's a.
So I had
What did you think those were?
Why don't you just go ahead and pull your dick
I
right
thought
out
I was
there?
dying. I thought I had a blood clot.
Wait, are you gaining weight right now?
Not really. I've been about the same weight. So that was my thought, was maybe I'd gained weight, but
Yeah, because when I've gotten fat,
Oh yeah, that's
I've
what.
gained. Yeah.
I got titty stretch marks over here.
Oh yeah, I got all sorts of stretch marks
But
too.
I also have bicep ones, which I'm kind of like,
Oh,
I'm like, hey,
hey,
what's that about?
look at that.
That's kind of cool, you know. But anyway,
Sucks.
just
Yeah.
because you're getting
but
really
yeah. So
buff.
I was worried about that, but no, I'm okay. They gave me a cream and everything. You know, it's nice.
I'm worried about you, Dennis.
You're making me worried about me.
You're making me worried about him now, too.
Well, I'm starting to think that because we deal with this on a weekly basis, we fail to realize how fucked up
yeah,
you
are we
are.
just desensitized to it now?
And now Miguel comes in here and he's like, "Oh my God, you've got like a potential danger in your midst."
Like just seeing how you deal with everyday situations. Like I think that and I guess that would be a whole different conversation because I'd love to hear more about like your father because I don't know much about your upbringing and all that stuff. I would love to hear about
His
that.
dad
to see.
shat on his sister one time.
Really?
That's for real.
literally, shit in her face.
Well, okay, that wasn't like a torturous thing. It
Oh
was
my
trying to make a
God.
dad joke.
He went for a fart. And
How does a joke?
This is my favorite thing we've ever talked about ever. So please, I think this is now the 3rd time in 3 weeks we've talked about it. So let it go.
My older sister was, I think, 11 at the time, and we were both in the living room on the ground, and my dad had just got done with the shower and ran out with just a towel on and thought it was funny to squat over and fart in her face. For some reason, he thought that'd be a good joke, and instead of a fart, he shit all over her.
Did it go in her mouth?
That's the question everybody asks. I was like 6. I don't remember. I
mean,
know.
that's a big concern. God.
Now, okay.
He's had troubles. Put it that way. That's
Did he? So, how did he physically abuse you? I mean, did he whip you? Did he punch you? Did he push you up against the wall? Did he?
He's been to jail. He went to jail for domestic abuse and child abuse. Yeah,
for against your mother.
my mom, my sisters, myself. Yeah,
How did he?
you're taking me to a really dark place right
Yeah,
now.
I mean,
All right, I have. Wait, hold on. Just one more question.
because we've done a whole episode.
yeah,
about
we've
this.
done whole episodes on how terrible his father
I'm
is.
sorry. I just have one more question. What was the worst thing he did to you?
You probably can't get
Yeah,
into that.
no, I can't actually.
No.
No. Well, it wasn't anything sexual.
they got into
but
an argument, and then he didn't talk to
I
Dennis for
haven't-
like 5 days afterwards.
I haven't gotten to the point where I want to tell that story, but I have told John that story before. So
I mean, and without saying a single word, it's like absolutely one of the worst things I've ever heard in my life. So I mean,
makes me sad,
Yeah,
man.
so I mean, like, there's real deep.
But the
there's
thing
real
is,
deep shit there.
what I've said before is most people go through stuff like that, become the father and become the same abusive kind of person. And I myself, like, I would never hurt a woman. Like, I find myself to be a very gentle, very loving because
Other than when you're spitting on buttholes and pulling hairs and smacking ass.
and maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why I feel bad. I feel
That's
like
how he channels.
I feel like maybe this is who my dad is. I don't know. During sex.
Well, in his defense, from the second I met Dennis, I could tell that everything he does in his life on a daily basis in the being of who he is based on who his dad was and him not wanting to be that. Like he's very involved in not wanting to become that. So I mean, he does a lot of choices that are big choices and beliefs that he has because of the way he was raised. So the fact that there could be some damage there.
Something percolating
seems
in
possible.
there.
You cannot go through that and not be damaged and not have some effects from it. And so I think that is something that I'm just being completely honest, you should explore with a therapist to see exactly how that has affected you. I honestly think that.
Well, I didn't ever think I needed therapy, but
I mean, no, I don't think he's wrong. I don't necessarily know that you have deep-seated issues, but I do think anybody who has been through the things, because we joke about it. We brought up his dad's mugshots last week and talked about it, and we've played his dad's terrible karaoke tapes on the air and things. So I mean, we've made light of it, but at the end of the day, some of the things that did happen, are not funny. So
I'm sorry, Dennis. Do
This is
you
a good way
want
to
to
end.
Yep.
This is a good way
Do you
to
wanna
end.
hug?
Yep.
Yep. Now we're all going to kill ourselves live
Wait
on
a
the air.
minute. Wait a minute. I know how to liven it up. Show me your dick. Let me see it.
swear to- Dennis, I
I'm
will
not
block the camera
leaving.
and turn
I am
around.
not leaving until you go into the bathroom and you show me. Show me.
I mean, how late are you willing to stay?
I'll stay until tomorrow morning when I have to be on the air. Show me.
Are you gonna show
me.
him or not?
Show
Look,
me.
how
Show
about
it. Show
No,
it.
I'm not
Show
gonna-
it. Show it. Show it. Show it. Show that dick. Show it. Show it.
Wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. Don't be a fucking pussy.
Wow.
If Carmen will literally let me touch her vagina on the Mike Calta show, you can't go into the bathroom and take a picture of your penis and show me.
Then send a 2-second one.
It's a little bit different though. She's not. I mean, you're not going
She's
to
what?
enjoy her vagina. You'll may very much.
Oh,
Okay.
really? So you're worried about tempting him? For God's sake.
Please, like I'm not gonna be like, oh my god.
He thinks you're a serial killer, Dennis. He's not going to fall in love. For God's sake.
Seriously.
just
Oh, shit!
Do you really want to go
no,
there?
I don't want to do that.
He's going to cut that out. He knows he's going to.
No.
Are we done? Okay. I should have prefaced it at the beginning of the show, but we actually have a very large announcement that we wanted to make here today, and this is also your personal invite as well, Miguel. Even though I know you won't be there. November 19th at 8:00, we are having our first ever crowded table, crowded channel, whatever you want to call it, gathering, and it will be at Brewer's Tasting Room on 4th Street in St. Petersburg.
Right next to the radio station.
Right next to the radio station. So that is it. It will be right around the time of our 50th episode. We want to give everybody an opportunity to come out, say hi.
We'll have stickers.
We'll have
We'll have
stickers.
stickers. Hopefully, we'll have a drink special going. Something we're working on.
Yeah,
that.
so really it's just an opportunity. I think they're going to close off an area for us. So we're not sure how many people to expect, but after 50 episodes, we felt it was right to get out and kind of mingle and jerk some people off and things like that.
we owe it. We owe it.
Yeah, so make sure to mark your calendars. November 19th, 8:00, Brewers Tasting Room in St. Petersburg. Follow us everywhere. iTunes, SoundCloud. It is the Crowded Channel. There you can find everything that we do. The Crowded Caucus, the Broken Table, Table Scraps. Everything that we offer is available on the Crowded Channel. You can watch the videos on YouTube. Dennis has religiously been getting them up. I was telling him a story. I sat around with all my old high school friends from Michigan, and we watched multiple videos on YouTube, and they laughed, and I thought we were much funnier back then.
Thanks.
Back at the 10, 11, 12. Miguel, anything that you are promoting this day? To circle back around, the Watermark magazine.
Yeah.
Was that something? Did they do a write-up on you? Just
Yeah.
a photo shoot?
No, they
Full spread, centerfold.
Yes, my legs are spread wide. Actually, my butt cheeks. You can see my booty hole in the Watermark magazine. No, they profiled gay and lesbian radio personalities in Central Florida. And so it was me representing Tampa, and then they had 3 lovely ladies from Orlando.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, actually. I saw that Sabrina from Real
News
Radio.
Junkies?
Did you meet those girls?
Yeah, we were all there. We all took a picture together.
Is she's gay?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, honestly, we didn't like
Talking.
chat and
I used to
talk.
listen to that show all the time, the News Junkie in Orlando. So I was intrigued to see her on there because I know nothing about her.
Yeah, she
but,
is. I don't know. I don't know. I have to read the article.
well, I started thinking, is like she
So it's a
transgendered?
good
I was
reason to go out
wondering.
and read it.
No, I think she's just gay. But I mean, like I said, I don't know that. I haven't read the article yet because it just came out on newsstands. So I have to go pick one up myself.
So people rush out to your local
They
newsstand.
don't, they don't send you one for free when you do that?
No, they don't send it. I mean, they could, I guess, if I asked. But I mean, it's just like going to a gay establishment and picking one up because they're usually dropped off there.
Oh, okay.
Anything else coming up in the near future that you want to promote? You guys have a podcast that you do, an uncensored podcast.
Yeah, we do. It's Miguel and Holly Uncensored.
No, sorry.
What? Go
No,
ahead.
keep going.
No.
I was going to say, when are you going to bring the crowded table on?
Oh.
Because you already stole some of our ideas.
Nice to segue. Oh.
Hey, Holly gave you credit for that when we did that, okay?
There's
Yeah.
no stealing ideas. It's sharing great times.
Exactly. That's what we do in radio. We steal all the time. You can find that on iTunes at hot1015tampabay.com or the Hot 1015 app of Miguel and Holly Uncensored. And we have this thing that we're announcing tomorrow. It's called Tampa Bay 10 in 10, where starting on Monday, Holly and I and Ryan, our producer, for now, will be broadcasting. We'll be broadcasting from a different part of Tampa Bay for the next 2 weeks, starting on Monday. And so we'll have details on where we'll be
Every single day?
every single
Oh, wow,
day.
that's hardcore.
Yeah, it is hardcore. So, like I said, you got to go out there and pound the pavement, as they say,
And show your dick.
And pound that
and
booty.
show your dick. Show it to me now.
Where can people find you on Twitter? If they
Miguel
want to.
Fuller or on Instagram, I'm Miguel Fuller, and on Snapchat, Miguel Fuller.
Very nice. You can find us on Twitter at One Crowded Table. You can find me personally at The John Senning.
You can find me at Dennis_sucks. I forgot it for a second.
And me, Jake, at TCT_Jake.
Thank you so much for joining us. We love you all. See you soon.
Show it, show it, show it, show it, show it, show.
I hate you guys.